Log in to the Mapping Manager with your user ID. The Mapping Manager supports role-based security to manage what users can do within the application. Creating and versioning mapping specifications is easy with the Mapping Manager. To create a new mapping, right-click the mouse and select New Mapping. Give your mapping an appropriate business name and specify a business description of the mapping. Notice your version number is defaulted to 1.0. The Mapping Manager manages mapping versions directly within the project and mapping browser in the far left frame. Previous versions are found in a read-only state in the archive folder. Now your mapping specifications appears in the data grid. Next, go to the metadata browser and select the system tables and columns required for the mapping. You can drag and drop any set of columns to the data grid and drop on any column with an SRC for source or a TGT for target. After specifying your target tables and columns, next match your source tables and columns to the target by dragging and dropping the columns from the metadata browser. Double-clicking on the Business Rules cell accesses all the shared and reusable transformations defined within the tool. The business rules or transformations may be custom defined by the user or overwritten by manually typing them directly into the cell. You may display or hide up to 40 metadata attributes defined within the tool. Right-click any column heading to view a list of the available metadata attributes. Each of the attributes are automatically populated upon scanning the system metadata into the tool from the System Manager module. We enable efficient status tracking of the mapping specification at the row level of the mapping. Now ETL developers can easily see what is ready for coding or what is considered a work in progress. Now that the mapping is complete, it is time to create a new version. Right-click the mapping and specify New Version. You will notice the mapping will now go from a version 1.0 to 1.1. The Mapping Manager enables management of version at the individual mapping level and at the project level. The project level versions the collection of mappings for a given project. All previous version mappings are stored in the archive folders. Archived mappings are in a read-only state and can only be edited or restored by users with the appropriate role-based security. The mapping can be exported in multiple formats for reporting or exported as Informatica Power Center and DataStage XML files to auto-generate the ETL jobs. For additional information regarding the full list of Mapping Manager features and capabilities, please contact sales@analytixdataservices.com.